What are you watching? The Bachelor?
Heck no. That's garbage.
The Bachelorette?
Not tonight.
Not tonight. All right. Oh yeah, yeah. By the way, this is Cubicles and Controllers for people, the minus two people that are listening to this. Um, we're gonna keep doing it. By the way, sorry for the delay on posting this because of, I observe Passover and Good Friday and Easter Sunday. No, I don't do any of that. Um, but no, personal stuff, just apartment hunting and everything got in the way, and I finally have time. But we're going to start off with the obvious. And Lloyd, you answer first because I have no answer for this week. What are you playing right now?
I'm playing Dead or Alive 5 on PlayStation 4 a lot. Still playing Grand Theft Auto 5 Heist and Monster Hunters. I've played those three
On
a
DS?
lot last week.
Man, I'll tell you this. I never got into the 3D fighting game stuff. I was a avid 3D, just a 2D fighting game guy. And 3D, it never translated to me. Like Virtua Fighter was the kickoff for it, and then Tekken and Dead or Alive came around to make it big, and I just could never figure it out. I was never good at that stuff.
I loved Virtua Fighter. Virtua Fighter is probably one of the most technical, more realistic fighters that there were. So I liked that one the most, but they haven't brought one to the new gen systems. I used to play online and have people from Japan cussing me out and mad at me on my Xbox 360. But since they haven't released a new one, I tried Dead or Alive 5 since it's free to play on PlayStation 4. I just downloaded it. It's actually surprisingly good. You can play couch co-op. You can play online. You can even unlock characters by doing different things online and making it through the arcade mode. I play with Mila, who is a lot like the character Vanessa from the Virtua Fighter series, MMA style, takedowns, that kind of thing. So I dig it. But before Virtua Fighter, I was Street Fighter. I do plan to get Mortal Kombat, only because it looks sweet. Although I've never enjoyed a Mortal Kombat ever in my existence, this one looks different. It looks smoother. I've always taken issue with Mortal Kombat's incredible stiffness and arcadey gameplay, and it still may be arcadey, but it looks fun. I'll at least play it from an arcade standpoint.
I am currently not playing anything. I just haven't played anything in the past week and a half. I was playing Assassin's Creed Rogue still, but I had it for so long, and eventually I said, I don't know what I'm doing anymore and why I'm doing this. The motivation was lost. It wasn't the thought that it was a bad game. The Assassin's Creed world is as enticed as I am to keep playing all the Assassin's Creed games. It just doesn't make sense to me anymore. So I lost motivation to pick it up and play again. But I am getting in GameFly. I'm supposed to be getting this week The Evil Within, which is one of those games that's mostly gotten mediocre reviews, but a few people who do like horror survival genre kind of games. There's a few people like on the professional review side that really say that there's something to play through on that, and it's a tough game apparently. So I'm gonna see if they have an easy setting because I'm just renting it. I just want to run through it and get scared, probably soil the couch, and move on. Live life. Just peeing on the couch and living life.
You got issues, man.
And but that's about it.
I did buy Assassin's Creed Unity. I haven't unwrapped it yet because it was like $19 on Amazon. So I know it got reviews because of technical issues, but supposedly that's been fixed. So.
Yeah, and I haven't I haven't even started Unity, and my Xbox came with the Unity and Black Flag. It came with both of those, and both of them I haven't played at all. Other than that, nothing. I did pre-order. This is exciting news for me. I did pre-order the limited edition PlayStation 4 set for Arkham Knight.
PlayStation And when you get on Arkham, when you get your PlayStation 4 in June
Yeah,
with Arkham Knight, then there will be video of you and I playing games.
let's do this. Yeah. Wait, is there a multiplayer element to it?
No, but we can like there's share play and there's other games we can play, but it'll be on PlayStation 4, so you and I can actually play stuff together.
That's true. That's true.
And we can upload stuff via Twitch with you saying little stupid crap while we're trying to do stuff.
Well, let's see how that goes, because Twitch is kind of stupid. It is. I just don't get it.
Look, man, we're gonna use Twitch just like YouTube. We're gonna play stuff, so we think about it, and Twitch allows us to upload stuff to YouTube.
You know what? Let's just do this. You do all the professional stuff, and I'll just be the asshole in the corner, just making dumb comments.
That's already what we do.
Low blow. All right. Stuff to talk about. But you go ahead, start.
Okay, well, there's a couple interesting things. The Witcher 3, which comes out on April 19th, has announced 2 expansions that'll be released. One in like the fall in October, and one in like the beginning of next year. Now, an expansion is not regular DLC where you're buying an outfit or buying 2 maps. The Witcher expansion, the first one is supposed to last 10 plus hours. New storyline, new map area, things you can do. The second one is supposed to last about 20 plus hours. And the initial game is coming with 200 hours worth of content and 16 free DLCs. So, and I went ahead and reserved that for my PlayStation 4 this week. Knew I was going to get it. Mortal Kombat 10 comes out April 14th. That should be next week. And then, in interesting news, the next Deus Ex game, they released video for that. I actually uploaded some video onto our Cubicles and Controllers Facebook page. I need to put it on the YouTube page also.
Yeah, I saw that actually this morning on the GameSpot feed, and that looks pretty cool. I didn't care for the last game that came out a year or 2 years ago.
Probably about 2 or 3 actually.
Oh, was it that long ago? Yeah. I didn't care for that at all. But I also played it very recently. I bet when I played it when it came out, it would have been a different story. Because I remember it getting favorable feedback. I just didn't care. But I'm in a no caring mood right now. They call me no care Umer.
Here you go. So, what are you interested in this week?
Truthfully, so I've been watching a lot of the Mortal Kombat 10 videos, and it kind of sucks. I'm trying to avoid watching the fatality stuff and the other extra ending stuff that they're putting in, but I just can't help it. I'm a kind of a spoiler whore, except when it comes to movies or TV shows. Fuck that. Somebody tells me a spoiler about Game of Thrones or something, I'm going to slit some throats.
Yeah, that's this week. Don't get me started. It's going down.
I know. It's that, Silicon Valley, and then Veep. First 2 I'm completely excited about. Veep is kind of a throw-in. It's like an extra. Silicon Valley, to me, just beautiful. Beautiful. But yeah, I've been watching that, and then, dude, I'm incredibly impressed with what Rockstar is doing with GTA 5 on PC, especially the director mode. For people who want to upload videos of them doing crazy, stupid stuff. And you remember with GTA 4, when people were modding the shit out of GTA 4 and making some really, really cool short films out of stuff that's going on. They would make Back to the Future. They would make Ghostbusters. It's just cool stuff going on. So with the engine for 5, I'm really excited to see what kind of output people have.
And the way I feel about it, I have GTA 5 on my PlayStation 4. If in about a year, there are new mods that people have made for the game on PC, I will buy it on PC just to play mods. I mean, I bought Skyrim on PC. I didn't have it on 360, but And the mods, I mean, I still plan to go back and do some stuff in the game just for mod content I haven't seen.
Yeah, it's cool when people get really, really creative with their mods, or even just the editing capabilities. Just to see people's long game, their end vision on whatever storytelling that they want to do, or it's kind of a goof off sketch they want to do, and they can use the powerful engine that Rockstar just bestowed amongst us. It's pretty cool. Other than that, there's not much really. I was really interested about, well, since it's been 2 weeks since we've talked. Hardline has come out, Battlefield Hardline. I was kind of excited about that, but it looks like bullshit after the fact. It,
Yeah, the reviews pretty much. I mean, I heard the single player is actually really good, really compelling, but the multiplayer, everything I've read is like, standard stuff.
yeah, they never actually broke ground on multiplayer, anyways. Battlefield was never a game changer on multiplayer, other than in terms of the fact that they've kept the formula the same for a long time. And but Battlefield was always great about pushing technology or their engine to do good, cool stuff. I remember with Battlefield Bad Company, um, they had the building destruction kind of thrown in, where if you
Right.
shot a grenade into it, you would see that segment of the house get blown in. And they incorporated that into Battlefield 3 and then 4, where big skyscrapers could fall. In this one, it doesn't seem like, especially with such a exclusive focus on the new generation, I don't think they pushed it to the limit they could have, because Battlefield 4 was pretty impressive, even considering they designed it for 2 generations. Hey, what do you think about some of the newer stuff that's come out? Bloodborne's getting a lot of good feedback, but I don't know if that's your thing or not.
Bloodborne, uh, I don't think I'm going to be into it, and this is why. I have Dark Souls on 360, and everybody likes to say Dark Souls is such a great game. One, I don't think it's an RPG. It's more of an action game. The reason I don't think it's an RPG is there's not much story. Now there are detractors who would say, well, there is story. You just have to search for it and read, and it's not fed to you. And I call bullcrap on that. Basically,
Well, this one, Bloodborne's not pitched as RPG at all. It's just pitched as a straight up.
no, there are people that would call that game an RPG, an action RPG,
Really?
and yeah, but what I say to that is, look, I like challenging combat in games. I don't like to be punished. It's like Devil May Cry 3, the original Devil May Cry. I like challenging combat. Um, I don't like having to memorize patterns and things like that. I mean, well, not necessarily don't like it. I don't want the whole gameplay to be based on that. And there's some people that like that, and if that's your thing, fine. But the game, the world, they create these nightmare worlds, and it's no place I want to be. And so far as me playing video games for escapism, it's just it doesn't do anything for me.
It's funny you say that. That's part of the reason I brought this up was because I've heard about the how hard Bloodborne is, and you're supposed to supposedly you can go through a boss battle a few times before you get through, because you're supposed to figure out their patterns and everything. And there might have been a time in the 80s and 90s with Nintendo and Super Nintendo when games challenging was something you look forward to without a game being too easy. And now, for as a grown up, yeah, games are an escape for me. I'm looking for escapism, not to prove that I'm a badass in the video game world. I just want to enjoy something. I don't want to struggle to be stressed out from a game.
Right. Now there are certain games that I don't mind being hard, like the original Ninja Gaiden on the Xbox, and then the ones on the 360. Those were challenging games, and I enjoyed those. There was a story, but it was it was a different level of challenge. Bloodborne and Dark Souls. I mean, they take this desolate world. and and cheap deaths, and if people like that, I mean, that's fine, that's your thing, but it doesn't do anything for me. If the world was more fleshed out, and if the game was just hard, but I want to, I'm making decisions and I get to see what's coming, what'll happen next, even if the combat was challenging, but I could do it. There's nothing to compel me to fight through that challenge. It's just this is going to be a dungeon crawler,
Yeah,
and that doesn't do anything for me. If there was a world, a story, something that compelled me to be like, okay, well, there's this nightmare thing, and there's this big story, and you can then maybe it would make me be like, okay, because actually the mechanics and the way the characters move and the fighting, it's all perfectly doable for you to be able to fight through things. Like I made it halfway through Dark Souls, I just lost interest.
yeah.
Like I didn't care about what I was doing. I mean, if you give me something to care about, then I can handle challenging combat. Then then it's cool. But I just don't really see Bloodborne doing anything for me.
It reminds me of the old Mega Man games. Mega Man could get insanely hard and annoying.
Yep.
And also, um, a game I still think about because I spent probably the most hours on but never beat it was Battletoads.
Oh heck. No, the sled level where you had to, that was too stupid. That was stupid. It went on for too long, and I'm not sure I've met anyone ever who beat that stage.
Yeah, I've never beat that game, but with the amount of hours I put in, and I've gotten pretty far in it, but it's during the time when there was no save points. You would eventually, if you turn the system off, you have to start all over again.
Yep.
But that brings it kind of loosely to the next topic was which we brought up before, but I wanted to discuss it again, was games you want to see make a comeback, and Battletoads is one of them. I I know it's a rare property, so um, Rare could do some if they still have the talented people left, which I don't think they do. Uh, they could do some crazy shit with Battletoads.
I'd like to see, there was a game on Xbox, the original Xbox called Advent Rising, which is supposed to be a trilogy.
Yeah,
That game was rough around the edges, but it was so fun. The story was so good, and the gameplay was so fun. That and Double Dragon.
yeah. D- Double Dragon. I forgot about that. Man, try playing some of those old ones like Final Fight and Double Dragon. There, with the amount of hype and focus that was put into them back when you were a kid. Play them now. There's a lot of 80s and 90s games that are just horse shit.
Yep.
So many.
Looking at them through rose-tinted glasses, man.
Yeah. And that always when people it's like, oh yeah, that game back those games were so great back then. I was like, no, they were not. They were just simple. That's probably why you liked them. There was nothing to them other than, hey, here's a level, throw some obstacles in front, and have 25 different bullets come at you, like Contra.
Oh, Contra. Heck yeah.
Well, Contra, the Super Contra was still kind of fun. The Super Nintendo one, that was still kind of cool.
You play Super Double Dragon?
I don't remember Super Double Dragon.
It was awesome. It was extra awesome.
I would love to see Star Fox make a comeback.
The Wii U is actually supposed to get a Star Fox game.
I know, and they delayed it. What's his name? The president on their little reveal, what was it, end of last year? Where he said, you will definitely have a Star Fox and a Zelda game by the end of 2015. And just,
2016, both of them.
yeah, he delayed them to next year.
But admittedly, because of the new Zelda game, there's an X Chronicles game and one more game. I want to say it's Shin Megami Tensei times X Fire Emblem. Those are three games I want on the Wii U, so maybe sometime in 2016 I'll get a Wii U so I can play those.
By that time, I think the new NX, codename NX system will come out. God knows what that will be.
I got a feeling it's going to be some sort of extra strong handheld, but I don't know.
Hopefully, that'd be kind of cool. I would do it because I still. The reason I haven't got on the DS is because I think it's too weak of a system for me to pay attention to.
It actually has like if Smash Brothers Brawl is fun, Mario Kart 7 is still fun. Now Monster Hunter, if you ever got into Monster Hunter on the 3DS, I don't know how they pull all that off on that little system, but that game is fun. I mean, all you gotta do is watch some video of it, man. Monster Hunter is insane. But like I said, you could get a 3DS XL probably pretty cheap. Not a new 3DS, but the XL.
They took them off the market everywhere, so
Oh, for real?
yeah. Nintendo mandated it to carry the brand new 3DS XL.
I think it's just well, shoot, mine might be a collector's item at some point. Maybe
So
I'll keep it instead of trading it in for a new 3DS.
yeah, they took them off the market because we were looking. My girlfriend's looking for a 3DS, and I said the brand new one just came out, so the old ones will be cheaper. Let's look for that, and nowhere sells them.
Did you check Amazon?
Yeah, we did. I mean, of course, online you can find them, but in person, like at brick and mortar stores, they don't carry them anymore.
I think that's it. In the next couple months, I mean, as we inch towards the summer, there'll be E3 and some fall news coming up. So, this is the slow time. But right now,
You're getting Witcher next week?
it's not. I'm sorry. Did I say April 19th? Witcher's May 19th.
Is it May? I thought it was April.
They pushed it back. I want to say a couple weeks.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
So
I thought it was April 13 or something.
yeah, I pre-ordered it. So it comes when it comes out. I'll have it. But Mortal Kombat 10 next week. Witcher in May. Batman in June. You should get The Witcher 3 on your PlayStation 4.
Dude, I've been watching some of those videos for that game. They're doing some impressive visual stuff.
If you're gonna get it on the PS4. It's the resolution, the same
Oh, no,
Xbox.
no, I saw the stats for that. That's part of the reason I'm jumping on the PS4 is because a lot of the games have higher resolution because it can render better.
Right.
Uh, it's that one's pretty impressive looking. The amount of stuff that they've crammed in happening on the screen.
Yep. Did you
Uh,
finish? Did you finish too?
no, no. Like seriously, I'm just not playing anything right now. Not because I don't want to. It's just that because I'm like so many. So new apartment, and then next week I start a new job.
So you got the job.
Yeah, I got the job. So I've been dealing with that, kind of cutting down on my expenses and doing apartment hunting, looking at different apartments and etc. So I really haven't had a moment to just play games. Even though I have a library of games I still need to go through that I'm enjoying. But I did see Furious 7. Fucking awesome.
Saw it yesterday. It was good.
It was so much fun. It's not as ridiculous and awesome as 6 was, but it was pretty damn fun.
Oh no, man! It was pretty ridiculous. I
But
mean, there was ridiculosity just every moment of that movie. I mean, cars through 3 buildings
the
in the
building one
sky.
was pretty awesome. But I'm talking um, the timely exit of the Jeep from exploding airplane. That's just so. It's so beautiful. And then that part where on the bridge the cars are about to meet, and Vin Diesel jumps off the car and shaves Michelle Rodriguez.
Oh, you're talking about 6. I thought we were still talking about 7. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. These movies are quite ridiculous.
dude.
But
What was impressive was speaking of like it kind of relates. Um, so I can't get a straight answer. I've looked online. I've heard that 30% of the movie was done, 50% and 80% was done with Paul Walker in it. So a lot of it, I know that they filled in with his two brothers who kind of have a similar body, and so they did a lot of face mapping. And I couldn't figure out what parts of the movie were face mapped. Um,
I did. So I
except
was
the
looking at
very
it. I could see it.
except the very end when he's looking at Vin Diesel before he split. Well, spoiler for you guys. I'll cut this out. Actually,
Yeah. Yeah, when he's facing the front though, like when Vin Diesel is looking at the side, it looks just like Paul Walker though. But at the front, you can tell that yeah, they covered it up. Now, you remember the fight scene, the last fight scene with Paul Walker and that crazy dude who's doing all the kung fu
yeah.
in the dark? That was one of Paul Walker's brothers. And on the beach, when at the end when Paul Walker's character is with his kid and his wife,
I figured
that's
that,
Paul
that
Walker.
would be CGI because they didn't plan that part of it.
Right.
That wasn't supposed to be in the movie at all because Paul Walker would have been in the next movie. They would have never. I figured that part was, and they were just showing mostly back shots of him, anyways. But I was trying to, and the only part I really obviously saw CGI, which was really well done, was when Vin Diesel and him at the very last scene are looking at each other.
Yeah.
And he keeps looking over because they use the same cut of him smiling two times, and that same cut was in the last movie. So they used that face mapping and the way he looks over from that. It was a very good face mapping. It's some of the better ones I've seen.
Yeah, it was.
Because the whole time I was just watching the movie and watching his face, and I was like, where is it fake? Where is it?
And even so, I think a lot of us though, because we know what happened to Paul Walker, even if we like the parts where you notice it, you don't care. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? It's like why they did it. You don't care. You know what I'm saying? It's like
No,
you're
no. I was more on the technicality, on the achievement side, very curious.
right, right,
I wasn't looking for a goof or anything. I was just like, I wonder how they pulled this off. It was more of an accomplishment kind of thing.
right, right.
It was
I'm with
pretty impressive. And $145 million in the first weekend. One of the top 10 all-time grossing movies in one weekend in.
yeah,
Impressive.
yeah.
But anywho, man, I will leave you be.
You get the PS4 and it'll be time for us to roll together periodically.
All right, man.
All right.
I'm gonna just buy the little camera too and set it up in front of the TV so you can look at my beautiful face while
I
you're
don't,
playing games.
I don't need that
Better
long.
would be I'll just sit there naked.
Oh, none of that. None of that.
Come on, man. Free balling.
No, absolutely not.